I am so excited. I said to you on the Midday Boost today, KGOSIGADI and I are feeling a little bit like Mother Christmas. We've got such a nice treat for you. We're kind of like taking you back in time. We're bringing somebody that is not just a storyteller, but he's a creative, a hit maker. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, in just a bit, we are going to be having a wonderful conversation with Theo Kgosinkwe, the one and only. Start thinking about all those songs that used to make you dance.
And then
wow, Lebo, your uncle's funeral was so beautiful and it had so much dignity. From the decor, the casket, the koloitsa thing, everything was so nice.
Oh, thank you, Tala. So Pema did a great job. From planning, death registration and service, Patung Malume had their package. On top of the service, Auntie got groceries. 1,000 randaya griffy, 200 randaya airtime, and 1,000 rand cash.
Wow, I need to join Sopema.
Ta talento, Tala.
Call or WhatsApp SOPEM on 078-923-5757. SOPEM is a licensed FSP. T's and C's apply.
Nandi Braai is finally here. Rustenburg. Celebrate the flavor this 22nd of May. President Boulevard, Rustenburg. Taste so much more.
Yes.
It's a you flashback, taking you back to that you moment.
Joined by a powerhouse in storytelling, the brilliant Karabo Lidikga, who is making her feature film directorial debut with the bold and very deeply personal drama called Sabbatical, right? So because, we just came from Mother's Day weekend, what do you hope South African audiences, take from your film, especially when we're looking at mothers and daughters?
I'd like it to be a conversation starter, especially towards being truthful. We might not be perfect, but we love each other, Can we arrive as ourselves, but not as perfect people who are kind of hiding what's really going on in our lives?
On You Before Noon, weekdays 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. only on UFM.
Booster, I need to start here. We puti mnandi hamba nawe hamba. Theo, I need you to help me here. Come, I need you to help me.
Uchiga ngakona wesisimnangi hamba nawe.
Oh my word.
Ukudla ngakona ayisuka mnangi hamba nawe.
There you have it. The golden voice is joining us on the Midday Boost. From his hits with Mafikizolo to, of course, some sharing stages with the likes of Bujo, Tamia, and even Will Smith. Today we're hanging out with you, and I'm just so excited. I mean, you're a hit maker. You're a storyteller, and you do this, of course, through music. And now this gentleman is back in studio. You are going solo. I'm so excited. I am so excited to have you back, Theo. We've missed it. How are you? Welcome to the Midday Boost on UFM.
Thank you guys for hosting me. It's been a while. And of course, it's been a journey with my band, Mafikizolo.
Yes.
And I think back in 2008 or so, we both embarked on solo careers. So it was 2008, and 2010 as well, I did my second solo project, and this one will be my third one. Okay. But I think in 2008 and 2010 I released albums. But because of how the music is changing nowadays, we're releasing more of singles than releasing a full album, because the game has changed. Before you release a full album, then you need to give people at least 1, 2, before you can embark on a full project.
That's an interesting reminder, actually. But let's talk about the comeback. I mean, after years of giving us magic with Mafikizolo, you dropped Ngikhethe Kahle, and this is like a wedding anthem. I think it gave people hope. I can get married. It reminded so. But let me ask you this: why did you choose this song to reintroduce yourself?
I think 5 years back, between 5 and 4 years back, I got married, And but it was during the time of COVID time. You
Okay.
know, my plan was basically to actually shoot my wedding, you know, and probably maybe sell it to a different, you know, a production company.
Yes.
But things did not go well because, you know, budget constraints around that time and so on. So I felt like some of the footages might be lost and not be used, you know. So I
Wow.
decided to say, okay, let me just share with the public, you know, some of the footages from my wedding. But how I wanted to do it then was through music. That's why I had to write music to the footage of my wedding celebration. That's how Nikete Kahle came about.
Booster, do you see what I just said earlier on?
Yeah.
Horuena, you're
Creative.
a storyteller,
Yeah, yeah.
but you do it through music.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
But you also just dropped Ungahamba. This is with
Yeah.
Basi.
Yeah.
Stunning voice there as well. I mean,
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
yeah.
It's emotional.
Yeah.
Is this the vibe that we can kind of expect with your upcoming solo EP, or do you have any more surprises for us?
I've got lots of surprises
Really?
because I don't want to close myself off. I want to experiment with different sounds. You know, as a creative and a songwriter, I'm able to write different genres of music. Not
Yeah.
all of them, but you know, as a writer and a creative and a person who's been in the music industry for a very long time, having worked with Mafikizolo, and still working with Mafikizolo. I've collaborated with other writers before. I've done, you know, written great songs for my band.
Yes, you have.
Hit songs like for
You
Mafikizolo,
have.
classic songs for Mafikizolo, and I also worked with other artists, written for other artists as well. So as a versatile songwriter, I just felt like let me not close myself off, and you know try to fit in with what you know is happening, to reinvent myself.
Yes.
And how reinventing myself is to you know put together a team of producers and songwriters and people that I can choose to collaborate with. So one was Basi, because I realized, you know, she's an amazing songwriter,
Oh,
and
she
she's
is.
got an amazing voice, and she's got an amazing personality. And, you know, me coming from back in the days from the 90s, and her being, you know, the current Metro FM, you know, winner. We did this amazing collaboration, young and old coming together, creatives coming together, and doing this song called Nikete Kahle. Obviously, also putting in young producers, you know, and they're from the West Rand. I'm from the West Rand, Moreki and Quinton Deep,
Wow.
who worked on the music as well. So empowering my people from the West, you know.
I
as
love
well.
that.
Yeah.
I love that. Let's talk about songwriting, because you mentioned it quite a lot, and I mean you've done exceptionally well there.
Yeah.
But what makes a lyric timeless to you? And I must also ask about
Yeah.
your approach. Is it
Yeah.
slightly different, you know, when you're writing for yourself as opposed to when you're writing for other artists?
Yeah. For me, as writers, we write differently and we are inspired by different things. So for me, I would start by saying it's a God-given talent. It's just a God-given talent. I didn't go to school for it.
Wow,
You
yeah.
can go to school for it. You can learn how to write. Sometimes it comes naturally as a gift, you know, because melodies are on my head, you know, songs are just in my head. And when I express, I don't sit and say like, oh, today I'm going to write in Dambanao. Today I'm going to write Mlanje. Today I'm going to, you know, I don't choose topics, you know. It's just me, maybe just, you know, in the house, cleaning dishes, driving the car or whatever. And this melody will just come as a gift. You know? And I'll say,
Hey.
or like it's just a God-given, you know, gift that comes to you, and I really appreciate that. And you asked another question. How is it different?
Yes, the
you know,
approach.
the approach from you know how I write for myself and I write for Mafikizolo. With Mafikizolo, I know we mostly more Afro-pop and ballads there and there, but we are a very versatile band, because if you can listen to our music, it's not only based on Afro-pop music, you know. For myself, I try by all means, even if I'm still around, the influence will still be Afro-pop, but Afro-pop is very diverse as well. You know, I can still do Afro-pop, but that is different from, you know, what Mafikizolo has done. And to make myself different, you know, is also working with different producers that
Yeah.
I'm not working with Mafikizolo. When I released my first album, I worked with the Jazzo Brothers, and they wrote beautiful songs for me. Umphathe kahle, Ndambela Phezulu,
Really?
amazing. And I also got to collaborate with an amazing songwriter who also wrote a beautiful song for me, Zonke Digano, and I did Thinking About You. So it's also about, even the fact that I know how to write, I am not selfish to say, like, I'm going to write from the first track to the last track.
You come
know how to
together.
write. I believe in the power of collaborations, whether working with producers, working with songwriters, or featuring artists. Yeah.
Beautiful. I must say, Emlanjeni, when you dropped that, I was so young, but you did the most writing that.
Yeah.
That song.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's another collaborative effort, because I remember when I wrote the song Emlanjeni, I felt like there was something missing on the song. So the verse, you're thinking like rural area, and your late forefathers meeting there, because you know you're painting a picture in a scenario that we didn't have a cinema or shopping mall. So this is how they will meet each other. You know, when the ladies go to draw, you know, water from the rivers or from the well, and the guys coming from, you know, heading the sheep or the cows, and then that's how they meet. But I felt like there was something missing. But also the advantage of being a good songwriter is also having music knowledge and listening to a lot of albums that you grew up with. So as I did the song, Azonto Lemblo, I remembered the song that one of the records that my dad used to play was Miriam Makeba. And there was a song called Meet Me at the River.
Yes, of course.
And that song was written by the late Brayuma Sikela and a guy, you know, called S. Todd. They came together and they did the song Meet Me at the River. So I say, Emlanjeni, Meet Me at the River. And it fitted like a glove. So that's how it came together, you know, to do Emlanjeni. And, you know, people remember it, because sometimes when you write, you need to also put in things that it will take people back in terms of, why did I hear this melody?
Wow.
It's borrowed, but it fits like a glove.
A borrowed creative element. I think it was absolutely incredible. Tell us a little bit about Dance Project with 360 Music Factory. You know, what's the story behind that?
Guys, you know, September, when it's about September, October, you cook something different. You know, right now I'm pushing myself. A couple of singers are still going to come before we go to the summer vibes. So 360 Music Factory is a project, is a musical project, like CNC Music Factory, where we feature different artists on the project. So upcoming, you know, young upcoming songstress artists whom, you know, we want to give them an opportunity to shine. You know, they will from this project, and they'll decide to whether they want to go solo, but it's a project that gives, you know, young artists an opportunity to shine by featuring them on the album. So I'm very excited to do this project. It's called 360 Music Factory. And I'll be working with young producers as well, featuring new young producers. I'll also be working with different features on featuring people who are not known, but maybe some people that I'll discover on Instagram, on TikTok, on whatever. If they've got a gift and they've got the talent, those are the people that we're looking for, so that we can give them a platform to shine. But it's going to be an Afro-tech 3-step project that is coming, you know, towards summer, you know, when we're ready to, you know, so I'm excited about that as well. So I'll be dropping that project closer to the summer season.
That project deserves stars all over. Giving back, recognizing talent.
Exactly.
They are so lucky to have you, and I can't imagine what you're going to do with this project. But it sounds absolutely wonderful, and I wish that really it goes all the way and that it is completely recognized. You've always made music, I think, that moves people, right? But you're also moving lives too. Tell us a bit about Touching Lives Foundation. What's your big vision for 2025 with this?
That's something that is close to my heart. I remember the late Theo Kgosinkwe, said people will remember you with your music because you did music. They will remember you with your music, but that will fade away.
Okay.
But changing someone else's life, it's a lifetime thing. If you are able to change someone else's life, or whether by paying for that student accommodation, or a bursary, or doing something great that changes someone else's life, is something that he felt like he wanted to be remembered by. Yes, the music will live on, but changing someone else's life is a big reward, and I think that's what we are born to do on earth, to serve one another, and that's what God wants us to do. So I felt like, Touching Lives Foundation is something that I want to continue to do, and a legacy that I want to leave for my children also, to participate in that as well, so that they are able to also touch and impact people's life through, by changing their lives. Not only through music, that I'm already, but it's something that I would also like to be remembered by, to say like, this, besides music, this is what I was able to do,
you touched a life
in the community. Yeah.
It's interesting that you say that, because there's this saying I like to spread around lately, that as an individual, when you are blessed, you're not blessed just for yourself.
Exactly.
You're actually blessed to bless other people around you.
It's very profound, because I remember I spoke to one of the guys in the music industry, also mentioned that it was Kabelo Mabalani. He said, your gift is not your gift alone.
Yes.
God gave you for you to share it.
To share with everyone.
So when God opens doors for you, it is for you to use this gift so that you can share it. It's not yours, but it was given for you to share.
Given to you to share.
So not using your gift as well, it's like depriving, other people what they could see, what you need to share. And sometimes when you feel like you are there, you feel like everything is mine, and it's not like that. So being on stage, being able to, as Mafikizolo, to do this music, perform for people, to go on the studio, share our gift and talent, it's a good thing that we are doing. So I realize that it is important not to be selfish, but to share your gift with everyone, whether you share your musical experiences or you share your musical knowledge. It's a gift that needs to be shared.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd like you to finish this sentence for me. The 2025 version of Theo is?
2025 vision for Theo is, that's a hard one. You took me off guard by there. Is to grow. It's growth. Basically, grow in every area. Growth in my spiritual life. Growth in my career. Growth in my personality and certain things personal that I would like to achieve and see me grow. So I would say growth.
So it's growth.
Growth, 2025,
like
growth in every area of my life.
I like that. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
So Booster, there you have it. Theo Kgosinkwe has joined us today. Only wonderful things, really.
Yeah.
But I have 3 things that I want to say to you. And the first one is I want you to stream Ungahamba, because you're absolutely going to enjoy it. The second thing is please be on the lookout for Dance Project with 360 Music Factory. And the last one, which is very important, let's support the Touching Lives Foundation. And we're going to close it off by saying you are blessed so that you can bless other people. And so that you can share that gift that you have been given. We're learning so much from the storyteller who tells his stories through music, but he has so much knowledge and wisdom to share with us. Theo, welcome back.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It has been absolutely wonderful.
Thank you for hosting me.
Booster, it would be a crime if I did not say it is now officially time for us to hear the song that we've been waiting, Ungahamba.
Midday Boost, 12 to 3 p.m.
She about to go away.
DUBBZ and KGOSIGADI, Mondays to Friday, only on UFM. In tune with you.
So in tune.
Rustenburg. Are you ready? Mnandi Braai opens on the 22nd of May. Bridewors, short ribs, grilled chicken and more. President Boulevard, Rustenburg.
Wesithandwa sami ngiyabona ko happy ngiyabona ufuna ukuhamba ngiyabona jabulanga uma ufuna ukuhamba angeke ngikuphimbe angeke ngilile bangani nezipati awunasikhathi sami asikhulume bari awunasikhathi sami